How do I support teams throughout the year and in competition time? So I work across both men's and women's squads, so they're completely two different sort of kettles of fish. Most of my role is around gathering data and gathering video for the team to process through NACSport and then to share on Sharerim. That's the crux of it. With lots of our athletes remote, they play abroad. It's collecting games from the European leagues, so Spain, Germany and Italy, and also the new WPL league in the UK, and making sure that our athletes have what they need in order to review their own performances. From a core point of view, a lot of the data we get out of NACSport into sort of Excel and Tableau is for coaches, so that's around trends, shooting charts, etc. And we use those as part of our reviews. This slightly changes during tournament times because usually we'll be away for sort of 10 days at a time, where we'll have games every single day. So the turnaround time for those is quite tight, so efficiency in workflows is key. And that's something that we've been working on for a long time with Analysis Pro to make sure that we can get what we need turned around. Because sometimes we could have as little as 12 hours to get everything ready for reviews and previews the next day. So that's more of a condensed sort of outlook on what we have for the majority of the year, because obviously we just the time constraints of it, and more of that will be around opposition plays rather than focusing on ourselves. How do we utilise Sharerim in a remote environment? I think this is a key point that we learned pretty early on during the pandemic and lockdown, is that we didn't really have an efficient way of getting contact with our athletes with video remotely. So actually Sharerim was a godsend really. We were able to sort of make sure that they had footage from the World Championships, from the Europeans that happened in the years prior, so that we could get those out to them so they were still staying active and working on their craft. This also meant that coaches could stay connected with them as well. We did a number of sort of tutorial sessions in terms of skill drills and things like that were shared on there as well. And as we progressed through the pandemic and we went to sort of major tournaments such as the Paralympics and the European Championships in 2021, we had some issues around obviously with COVID itself, which meant that some of our staff couldn't travel. So obviously we have huge time differences and location changes for some of the staff and coaches. But with Sharerim, we were able to get presentations ready for next day with people back at home, and share what we were presenting to the athletes with them on a completely different time zone, completely different location, so that we were able to still maintain a high sort of efficiency of what we were doing rather than take a massive hit and sort of struggle from there. How do the athletes use Sharerim? One of the key aspects of Sharerim for us is just the interactivity of it. So athletes can take ownership and accountability for their own learning and development by creating their own highlight reels and developing discussions through comments and bouncing ideas off other players as well. Just the ability to go through and sort of make their own clips and put their own little presentations together is something that we've never had access to before, and it's something that they really enjoy doing, because we might put things together that they don't necessarily, that they see differently too, so they can go and use it and then refer to coaches to look at it, and then coaches can see things from their perspective and understand what they're looking for. The ability to sort of add comments as well and notes to presentations especially is really important in the remote learning environment, because not everyone's going to be online at the same time. So the ability to go in and understand what the clip, one, is showing us, and then two, the development points off that is really key. Because if a coach isn't there to tell you face to face, they're doing it in that way allows people to start to answer questions themselves, and if they have any questions, they've got the ability to go and ask them.
I'm Kayla Bell and I play for Great Britain wheelchair basketball team. I live really far away from my team, so for me it's not really realistic for me to turn up and do a short video session. So for me, I can look at Sharerim at home and put comments in and start a conversation with my teammates before I've even had the team session to go through the video. So for me it's perfect because I can work remotely and I'm still included, and I can still start the conversations off ready to go into training and work on those things we've seen in the footage.
Hi, I'm Lucy Robinson and I'm a wheelchair basketball player for GB. Sharing's been really useful for me personally because I can go over the sessions that we've had and clip it to be the things that I want to work on, and it's a really good conversation starter, so I can go up to coaches and teammates with the clips that I found and discuss things that I've noticed or things I want them to help me with and improve on, so it's really good for that. So after a session, if I found something that I really want to work on, or like a specific thing like my shot or how I need to move my chair more in this angle to be able to get this shot off, I just go on Sharing and I can clip it easily and find it, so I can easily see the things that I need to change. Rather than looking at the whole game and trying to find it, I can just clip it and save it in a specific section, and then I can go and find it after.